Okay, Prudent Woman here getting the strawberries in the ground. I'm going to have one bed of strawberries in the garden. And I wanted to show you from start to finish what I've done. So the first thing is to show you the strawberries that I'm using. They come in a little box like that. They're called fresa. And, I got the Spanish side showing, and I don't speak Spanish, but here's what I do know. There's 10 plants in there, and it's supposed to be a hardy plant. And for 10 plants, I paid $4.99, $5. And inside is this little bag. And inside that bag are these little bitty starter plants. As you can see, they're just like that. So here's how they're supposed to be planted. I've never grown strawberries in a bed, only in a hanging basket. So here's how they say to do it. It's to build yourself a trench like this, and I have very light, fluffy soil in my above ground beds. So I just literally took my hand in there, with some gloves on, and I cut a line, and then I came back and just pushed the sides up like that. I'm trying to do this and hold the... So you can see that it just kind of builds like this wall, okay, just like that. And then I lay my strawberry plants in there sideways like that, and I space them the way I want, which I've got 5 in this row. I will have 4 rows of 5, so I do some pretty heavy planting as far as the numbers go. And I'm going to push that down in there because I just want that little flower to pop up. I want the rest of the roots to be down in the ground. So you can see how I did that. I don't know if you can see it too well. It's early in the morning and the sun isn't directly above my head, but I'm going to try to do this for you so that you can see. Let me put my glove back on. Always shake your gloves when you've had them laying on the ground because some ants can crawl in it. Let's see if I can get that glove on with no help. Okay. So here's my plant there. I'm going to push that down in on this side. Then I'm going to come back over here. And then I'm just going to smooth everything out in between. So again, push that down. Ooh, I can hear gunfire in the background. That's the funny thing about living out here in the country is you sometimes hear people just getting a little target practice in. Very responsible gun owners out here, so I'm not worried about anything. Okay, so I wanted to answer your questions that you might have about me planting my potatoes. Some people say, well, potatoes are so cheap, why don't you just get them from the store? And you know, normally I would say, yeah, if I lived in the city where stores were right around the corner. But the closest store for me is 20 miles away. So it's not just convenient to run up there and get what I need to get. And if I forget something when I do go, well, that's just life. So I try to have room in my freezer and my pantry for overstock because I try to stock up on everything when I do shop, because there are times where I'm exhausted and I just haven't given dinner a whole lot of thought. And so here you can see there are 2 plants and I have them spaced. Here's another one, here's another one, here's another one, another one there, another one here, another one here. That one might need to... This is some raggedy old thing that was in the bag. I'm just going to put that off to the trash. And then I have another one here, and then there's the other one right there. So I'm going to have 2 more rows of strawberries there. So let me show you what they look like when they come out of the bag. Aw, darn it. I should have taken the twisty tie off. Well, I'll have to do that in another video. Okay, so I'll be right back.